and Matthew Allen's special program on space. This week, we'll take a look at the Earth's rotation on its axis and around the Sun, showing day and night and the seasons, as well as checking out the Moon's orbit around the Earth. The black dot on the ball, as you can see here, is Australia, but it is not to scale. So, let's take a look at the night and day. Now, this, where my hand is the Sun, and this, as this ball is, this is the Earth. Now, this black dot, if you can see it, this is is Australia, right? And yeah, so we're going to show you how night and day actually works. Okay? Yeah. Go. Now, yes, the dot is Australia. Now, as the Earth spins on its axis, it slowly revolves around the Sun, but we're not actually showing that at this point in time. We're just showing you how, if Australia is pointing away from the Sun, as it is now, is then night and it's complete darkness. Now, if we show it towards the Sun, as it is now, it is going to be daytime. So, you know, you're going to see the sun in the sky. So, yeah, that is night and day. Welcome back. This is Bob, our scientist. He is going to help us perform this little experiment to show us how the Earth revolves around the Sun. So, let's see what happens. Now, as the Earth travels around the Sun, it becomes day and night, as I've already told you. Now, what else that happens is that the axis sort of moves as travelling around the Sun. Now, we'll show you a bit more about that on our little diagram. That'll determine summer, winter, autumn, and spring. Now, when the axis tilts up, as I'll just show you now, as it tilts up, say the camera is the Sun, that the axis tilts up, so Australia is pointing towards the Sun, which creates summer. Now, when it points back down, it then creates winter. Now, we'll show you a bit more about that on our little diagram to help you. Okay, now this is our little diagram. Now, this is the Sun, the very big Sun. Now, this is winter over here, as you can see. Now, the axis is pointing down, with Australia pointing down, so it sort of is away from the Sun, which causes our winter. Now, if you're in some other part of here, that will be facing towards the Sun, so that's why I've got southern and northern hemispheres. Yeah, da-da-da-da. Anyway, so in this winter, Australia is pointing away from the Sun. Now, over here in summer, the axis is like that, as you can see, and Australia is pointing almost directly at the Sun, as you can see, which causes our hot, dry summers. Okay, so. Now, due to a very severe problem, Bob fell off the Earth, but he was very heavy, but the Earth has a lot of gravity, but Bob was just too heavy and he fell off the Earth. Sorry, Bob. Now, this is going to show how the Moon travels around the Earth. See, as you can see here, yes, you can see the Moon traveling around the Earth. Very good.
The end. Alan was the speaker. Matthew was the filmer. That's the end of our show. Hope to see you next week. A lovely memory, Bob the scientist. Next week on our show, we'll be talking about black holes. Stay tuned. Scientist. Stop again. Bob the scientist. That's his name. Name again. It's Bob the scientist.